been really uncomfortable for me to go visit my really conservative parents. My parents, who my mother dragged me to pro-life rallies when I was a kid, and in high school they regularly had protests and no on Prop 8 signs on their front yard. That's who they are. That's who they've always been. They are anti-vaxxers.
TikToker Melody took to the web to talk about an experience with her family many people can relate to.
But they've been bugging me to come pick up some stuff, because it's not about the stuff, it's about seeing me. But I'm gonna get the last of my shit out of there today, and I probably won't have to visit again for a while. It's just convenient that I went to a Pride festival, and this is my makeup look.
Ah yes, the old made-up/real excuse to see you, but we're going to use that opportunity to tell you what kind of mess-up you are before saying we're doing this for your own good.
Bets on if we're gonna get into a fight? Who wanna bet? What are we betting?
You can see the pain in her eyes. She knows what's about to happen and feels helpless to avoid it. This is Rebel HQ. I'm Sandee Lovas. You don't have to be part of the LGBTQ+ community to be familiar with this scenario. Growing up to be something other than what your parents expected you to be, often even pushing you to be, causes emotional trauma and can make rifts so vast, there's no going back. I'm fortunate. I was able to tell my mom at a young age that I was open to relationships with girls, and it was a non-issue for her. I told my mom and my sister about me being polyamorous. They don't necessarily understand it, but they accept it. I told them about me being non-binary. They don't necessarily understand it, but they try to. I'm estranged to the rest of my family for reasons other than being LGBTQ+. I understand the isolation, the fear of conflict, the feeling of being rejected by the people who are supposed to love and accept you. With today's polarizing politics, these experiences are becoming more common and more extreme. Before we had to learn how to fake it, shut up and smile so you don't make the others in the family feel uncomfortable. We didn't want to be the reason for the drama. We didn't want to be the reason the family fell apart. We also didn't realize there were alternatives. Now with social media, people are exposed to examples of people living their lives that resonate with them. We can find supports and networks outside the family. We learned we're not alone. But nothing can take away the pain of feeling like you're losing your family. That it's like somehow your fault for not being what they wanted. And while some differences can be worked through, others can't. Create boundaries, and if they aren't respected, step away. I know it's easier said than done. It wasn't easy for me. It still isn't. One of the problems with politics today is that the differences are so extreme they lead to harm, and their beliefs based on lies. It's heartbreaking watching the people we care about fall down the QAnon MAGA rabbit hole. In America, it's not an exaggeration to say hundreds of thousands of people have died from anti-vaxxers and COVID misinformation being spread. Queer folks always had the risk of coming out to their family knowing it could lead to abandonment or abuse. Now laws have been passed to make it so even supportive families are at risk of being torn to pieces if someone is transgender. It doesn't matter your wealth or your status for today's divisive politics to tear people apart. Elon Musk's daughter has cut all ties with him. The details aren't spelt out, but considering she's transgender and the harm Elon's rhetoric and his circle of creeps cause to people like her, it's no surprise. Jennifer Lawrence said of her conservative family in an interview, "I just worked so hard in the last 5 years to forgive my dad and my family and try to understand it's different. The information they are getting is different. Only it's not just different, it's false. Their life is different. I've tried to get over it and I really can't. I can't F with people who aren't political anymore. You live in the United States of America. You have to be political. It's too dire. Politics are killing people." She's right. Now's not the time to go doomer. Now's the time to get informed and get involved. Have uncomfortable conversations, but do it from a place of love. We need to work together to fill in the rabbit holes. We need to support each other and go after the systems causing the rifts. Michael Brooks. He had a political mind unlike any other. He once said, "Be ruthless with systems, be kind to people." This is true now more so than ever. I can't change the world, but together, we can. For more of my stuff, look for me on social media as left of the box. Don't forget to hit buttons and leave comments. Thanks for watching, and until next time, get informed, get involved.